I'll be quick. I pay my respect to everybody that's come here in solidarity, come here to chase down an injustice. That so many injustices before. I've been to 30 years of inquest, 30 years of inquest. The other day was my last day in an inquest. I'm never going to go into another one again. After Bill Johnson, the Corrective Services Minister, the person responsible for approving Unit 18, was not approved to be summoned to the court, to be heard, to make comments in public, to make defamatory and untrue comments in public and not have them cross-examined in the court here itself or whatever. Well, fuck that! Fuck that! I called bullshit and walked out. I'm never going into another inquest again. Never again. Miss Dew's inquest will stand out with recommendations. Miss Dew got no culpability, no convictions. Mr. Ward was boiled to death in the back of a van, 58 degrees on a 43-degree day, when that van had no air conditioning. And the drivers knew that and drove 4 hours from Kalgoorlie. The bailiff at Kalgoorlie knew that and put him in the back of that van. And he died, and no one was held to account and convicted. The lack of convictions. Till we get convictions, till we get charges laid and they lead to convictions, there will be a sense of immunity. A sense of immunity where the police, all prison officers, anyone, that they can't wrap up and tell the truth, and they've got to have people calling for the truth. That's a shame beyond words, indescribable, unimaginable. Fact, that boy did not die in the care of his family. Fact, that poor boy Cleveland died in the care of the state. Fact, that boy died in the care of Banksia Hill. Fact, that boy died in the care of Unit 18. Unit 18's abolition is not a solution in itself alone. Humanity is a solution. The Nordic nations have ways forward and are working with children to turn their lives around and have hardly any child in detention. They immerse them in the psychosocial, in the humane, in the loving, in nurture. We don't want to turn lives around. We want to demonize. And we want to send the 20,000 children that have gone through Banksia since 1997. 16,000 have gone on to adult incarceration. So fuck that. 16,000 have gone on to adult incarceration. And yet people won't stand up. The Director General should be ashamed of his 7 years. I won't call out their tears as crocodile tears, but they were crying for themselves. All these crybabies, 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks long, crying and crying and crying. Well, they should have cried for that boy. What they should have cried, instead of crying, they should have spoken up, rung the bell, blown the whistle, made a difference. They've all got blood on their hands. Fact, that boy did not die by suicide. That boy was killed. He was psychologically and physically injured. He was physically abused, psychologically abused. His last words, "I've had enough." That was emotional and psychological battering. Fact, 100 children since 1997 have died post-custody, deaths after custody from Banksia Hill. In the first year post-release, at 15 years of age, at 16 years of age, at 17 years of age, at 18 years of age, post-release, we've got orphans in Banksia Hill. We've got homeless kids that are released to homelessness. We do fuck all to support them. They've got to be called out. But I will never attend another inquest. I'll keep on fighting, never give up, never surrender. Until a conviction is had, till people are held properly accountable as people should be had for their sins, we will not dissuade that sense of immunity. And I'm tired of calling it out. I'm 30 years of inquest. I'm 62 years old. And others are older than me, Ben Taylor, 85, 86. We've been fighting all our lives for a bit of justice. It breaks my heart that we've got to fight for our human rights from other human beings. It breaks my heart that people can't speak. Systemic repair. What's systemic repair? What's systemic? All structures are people. All systems are people. All people have to be held to account, and all people have to do more than they've ever done before to make a difference. We were in Banksia Hill for 8 weeks. During the quarantine, Megan Cracker, myself and my daughter. 8 weeks. We halved the prison population of the girls in those 8 weeks. We changed lives. We de-escalated every incident. They had the lowest staffing levels ever. That's what they got us in because of the quarantine. They said to us, we punch, you want to wander around. They said, that's not going to happen. Let us wander around, let us mix it with them, we'll work with them 24/7. We did the duty, the mentoring, the nurture, everything that they needed, like an academize and take it to levels that we don't have time to hear. But they could have made a difference long, long ago. Banksia Hill, last fact, has not been a problem since the last couple of years. Banksia Hill has been a problem since 1997. It was even rougher. More slagging and racism and classism and trashing of people even 20 years ago. Anyone who thinks it was better is an idiot or propagandized. But that it hasn't always been a problem is a lie. It has been a problem. It has always been a problem. I've been advocating for change and reforms for 20 years for Banksia Hill alone. But you can all make a difference. It's great to see you all here, but it breaks my heart why we're here. We're here because a boy is dead. And they killed that boy. They killed that boy. And that has to be called out. And the headlines have to say that. The media has to take that out. They killed that boy. That's what we're saying. They killed that boy. Until they take that out and headlines in the media and tell that narrative of the burning soul of their mother and father, no justice will be done or served.
Very powerful, powerful words. Thank you, Gerry.